This year, for the first time in their short history, Orlando City Soccer Club will be rubbing shoulders with the biggest sides in the United States and Canada. It's the culmination of 8 years of hard work by club president Phil Rawlins.
Well, we started to speak with the MLS about 3 years ago now. They said to us there were three things that they wanted to see from us. Firstly was prove the marketplace. Second one was to have the right ownership group in place. And the third one was a downtown soccer-specific stadium. If we could get those three, or at least the plans in place for those three, then we were pretty much assured of a franchise.
If being announced as the MLS's newest member was big news, Orlando City have now given the football world an even bigger headline. Joining the Florida project this season is one of the greatest footballers of his generation, Brazilian star Kaká. When Orlando founder Phil Rawlins was asked by the MLS to secure suitable ownership for his club, the 2013 introduction of Brazilian businessman Flávio Augusto da Silva as Orlando City's majority owner and chairman changed everything.
I always said that one day I would like to play in the American League. I had contact with a number of sides, such as Los Angeles Galaxy, New York Red Bulls, and then an opportunity arose through my friend Flávio. He bought into the franchise, and the opportunity became even clearer. Thanks to the friendship I have with Flávio, coupled with my own desire to come, I was able to sign for Orlando City.
Ricardo Izexon dos Santos Leite, better known as Kaká, is a World Cup winner with 89 caps and 29 goals for his country. Whilst playing for Italian giant AC Milan, he won the Serie A, the UEFA Champions League, and the FIFA Club World Cup, and in 2007 he was named as World Player of the Year. After a €65 million move to Real Madrid in 2009, he helped the Spanish side win every major domestic title. Today, still just 32, Kaká has pledged the next 3 years of his career to Orlando. So what can they and the MLS expect from this great midfielder?
Well, besides bringing my wealth of experience and maturity as a player, I think I can help in the development of the league, in its growth and visibility. But I think the main thing for me will be the exchange of values, because I'm sure I too will learn a lot from playing in the United States. The language, the cultural differences, and obviously the football too. This will be an exchange of values, and that's very important to me.
Whilst still a director at English Premier League side Stoke City, Phil Rawlins founded this club in 2007 as a Texas-based outfit, then called Austin Aztecs. 3 years later, they relocated to Orlando in Florida, sensing potential for growth in a soccer-friendly city with just one other major sports team, basketball's Orlando Magic. Alongside Rawlins, head coach Adrian Heath has been ever present. The 54-year-old was an English League and FA Cup winner with Everton in their 1980s heyday.
There's been an incredible amount of hard work from a lot of people to be where we are now. I was so pleased on the night we got announced for everybody, because I know the hard work that Phil Rawlins has done. He's drove this from day one, and you know, at times he's very, very demanding to work for, because he keeps driving this forward. I've tried to do my bit off the field. All I can do and all the players can do is try and be successful on the field. If we're doing our job on the field, everything else, that helps everything that's going on off the field. And you know, I think that we've got a lot of exciting times ahead of us here in Orlando.
Since 2011, Orlando has competed in the USL Pro League, the third tier of US soccer. In the 4 years that the league has been in existence, Orlando have won the Commissioner's Cup as regular season champions 3 times, and they were crowned overall USL Pro champions in both 2011 and 2013. The 2013 championship game, which featured 4 goals from on-loan Sporting Kansas City striker Dom Dwyer, helped the side to a 7-4 victory over the Charlotte Eagles. The celebrations which ensued were typical of what Kaká can expect from Orlando's fans.
I first met the fans when I came here to sign my contract. They greeted me at the airport, and then they came to my official unveiling. They gave me a really warm reception, so much so that I was surprised, considering how football in the United States is sometimes perceived. I was very happy, and I hope we see those emotions and atmosphere in the stadium too.
As part of their agreement with Major League Soccer, Orlando are building a brand new $110 million, 19,500 capacity stadium in downtown Orlando. Due to open in 2016, it'll be just 2 blocks away from the Orlando Magic's Amway Stadium. In the meantime, the soccer franchise will make use of a renovated Florida Citrus Bowl. Remarkably, even with a 65,000 capacity, it's expected to sell out for Kaká's home league debut this weekend.
I don't think there's ever really been a more successful minor league franchise than the one we've built here in a short period of time, particularly when you measure it from the fan standpoint. We averaged last year just over 8,000 fans per game. That's the highest in minor league soccer anywhere outside of the MLS. Almost 21,000 fans at the championship game. You know, this is a hotbed of soccer and a hotbed of soccer support. We have great fans. They're noisy, they're loud, they're vibrant, they're engaged, they know the game.
With the USL Pro being 2 levels lower than the MLS in the US soccer pyramid, the club have worked hard to improve their squad to compete with the nation's biggest sides. In the past few months, the likes of former Jamaica international goalkeeper Donovan Ricketts, USA international and former MLS All-Star defender Breck Shea have come in along with Kaká, while a good 70% of last year's roster have been moved on.
You get to like these people. These people have contributed from day one. These people have, you know, wore their heart on the sleeve and given everything they've got for this club. But, you know, ultimately, I get paid to make decisions to make us better, not to be popular. And, you know, it's going to be harsh on 1 or 2 people, but all I look at the end of the day is what can we contribute, what can they contribute on the field? Are they going to help us to be successful? If they're going to help us to be successful, great, they'll come along with us. If they're not, the unfortunate part is then people have to be cut, and that's, unfortunately, that's the way it is in soccer the world over.
As well as Kaká, this 2015 MLS season will also see World Cup winning Spanish striker David Villa and former England captain Steven Gerrard move stateside. The popularity of US soccer is at an all-time high.
I believe that players have seen that the American League is growing well. You can play here with confidence, with organisation and with planning. You can really enjoy your football. Giovinco and Lampard are also coming, and that in itself shows how well the league is growing. It will continue to grow in the coming years and can become one of the strongest leagues in world football.
Orlando City have come a long way in just a few short years, but now the hard work really begins. Off the pitch, a fight for Florida's football fan base may develop, as David Beckham's long-anticipated MLS franchise is destined for Miami. While on the pitch, the club now has to compete at a standard it's never faced before.
We're not going in to make up the numbers. We're going in to be competitive. We want to get in the playoffs the very first year. We don't see why we shouldn't. We know that's a stretch. Only one other team has done it, but we've always set our own standards and been measured by those standards. So we'll continue to do that. We'll continue to push to be the very, very best club we can be in North America. And then, you know, from there, it's about creating a world brand.
And it's this international aspiration which is a key reason as to why Kaká, an international inspiration, has come on board.
It's a decision, really, to not stop playing. Previously, the American League was seen by players as a place to come and retire. I'm 32, and my decision is to come and give strong professional performances, to be able to show that I'm still in top condition. More than anything, I would love to continue playing for the Brazilian national team. By helping in the growth of this league, I hope for people to see me in a different light.
Subscribe now to our YouTube channel for the very best of Trans World Sports.